Good job. Now, that Pumoso, right? What's that mean? There's a lot of stuff happening in that bar, right?
Yeah.
What's happening in that bar?
Obviously, more motion, and it's kind of a bigger field change and a dynamic change.
Yeah, be specific. So what kind of field change?
We're changing instrumentation, and key change. Oh wait, never mind. Oops. Oh, my bad. No, it sounds more minor.
Sure. This is an ear thing, that's for sure. There's no right or wrong. To me, the biggest thing, though, is the articulation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The biggest field change. I think it's about 16 bars. How many measures is it until the Pumoso?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel horizontal or vertical to you?
I'd say it's
Sure. And then the Pumoso?
a little more.
Yeah, it gets very vertical, right? Guys that have suffered through being in my ensemble for lots of semesters have heard me say a million times, I really like the definition of accent. In part, the definition of accent is a note prepared with a little silence, right? You don't have to hammer, articulate a note with an accent. You can simply give it a little space before it, give it a little daylight, and that impression of accent is 90% done just by putting a little space in front of that note. And that's what I mean by vertical, right?
Yeah.
We have this idea of horizontal dashes. You might have had a middle school band director like mine used to draw things that looked like bullets on the board to imitate the sound, that you're trying to make, and quarter notes that had some decay to them, or rectangles that didn't have decay, sort of a real broad sound that's very, very connected. So these first 16 bars, probably more like rectangles, aren't they? Maybe a little decay on the end, like the shape of a bullet. But then at Pumoso, they get to be pretty small, right?
Yeah.
Shaved, as opposed to that long rectangle, the landscape, they become portrait, don't they? That's how vertical and horizontal manifests itself in my ear. So why don't we go, let's with the percussion entrance. So what is that, about 6 bars until the Pumoso?
Yeah.
Start to feel a little more connected there?
Yeah, yeah.
That last bar is a great opportunity for a meld, you guys. Because it's unison sustained. Now we can meld and not compose in a fermata, I'm not sure if it's kosher that we write in a fermata. He didn't put one there, so he certainly knew how to do that. So in his ear, this felt like a whole note, not a long, long, long sustain. But we can still use Miss Green's turn, stop dead there on the whole note, and just keep our internal metronome moving. That stillness will then prepare the contrast in a more dramatic way. Bee bum body yum bum bee. Yum 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 gives you real opportunity to make that release in the new style that then sets up your preparation in that new vertical style and tempo. Want to try that last 2 bars?
Yeah. One more time, sorry.
That's the idea. kicks into the new stuff. Thanks. Who's next?